Hello! There's a new update from your favorite GSM operator, Africell.
For all of you that have struggled to buy cash power beyond $7,000, Africell has done it again. The limit to buy cash power is now up to $30,000. Oh yes, $30,000.
Buy all the cash power you want from your AfriMoney account by dialing *777#.
Where Africell goes, nobody dares to follow.
It's an amazing offer. Africell mobile money just got way better. The threshold for cash in and cash out on your AfriMoney has been increased.
Where it used to be $10,000 per transaction, now it has been increased to $30,000. Meaning, your AfriMoney account, you can now withdraw and deposit up to $30,000 at once.
Cashing in and out just got 3.
Where Africell goes, nobody dares to follow.
Islamic microfinance is becoming an increasingly popular mechanism for poverty alleviation, especially for developing countries around the world. This microfinance service adheres to the principles of Islam as a form of social responsibility. Yona Islamic Microfinance is the Islamic microfinance of choice in the Gambia, trustworthy and reliable. At Yona Islamic Microfinance, we provide savings products, current accounts, financing products in conformity with Islam. In addition, Yona Islamic Microfinance also offers local and international remittances, takaful fund, management of zakat, money and investment, and building of strategic partnerships to bring financial services to the doorstep of the poor with donor projects, madrasas, youth organizations, women groups, and farmer organizations. Make a choice with Yona Islamic Microfinance today. For more information on Yona Islamic Microfinance, call 377-2151 or 9832-151 or visit Yona head office at Tipa Garage, Bakote, or visit any Yona branch located countrywide near you.
diwli lanni maaro lanni
fop lanni
awa joni mi anda honno gerde ten e ngal do sabu e ngal do Ibrahima jonnal taw joni mi anda se yahay kapitiki nyawloden ha humpondire makko est ce qu'on non e warude
waden no
ane ko de Ibrahima ma ko to woni
mo Amerique
ko Amerique a woni kare humpitaki fi be musibe men baluwo be andanda kala ko wawda wonde e aduna si arewi e juude mabbe a jonna ayata kadi taw ko mbudi din no jawi walla no jippi be halantama ko kala ko falda ko reese sengo nyamete ili nebba maro basal bomde te kala ko rewi abe jonnira mobile phone siko dum kadi laptop kala ko wayrode jibe ay kaspawa be wawma jonnude kadi sa fala humpitade ko webi etu Google account ma joni data ton wada download app mabbe on ayay kala ko humpi may mabbe ton be webi ama
ka wonda woy aduna on
kala ko wawda
a jonnana e wondo kaleji men Gambia do dépense
harano webi ha may si dun no fono nebi immo den joni mi dota ma ka place mabbe jan
waden joni
iya heba ko fala
waden fisam.
Jamu Money Transfer Bureau de Change, your go-to option when it comes to money transfer. With Jamu, you can send money from anywhere in the world to your family and loved ones in the Gambia and be sure the funds will be this time possible. For your convenience, funds sent through Jamu Money Transfer can be picked from all the banks and multiple other financial institutions, including Ajib Bank, Trust Bank, Gitteh Bank, Mega Bank, Basic Bank, Reliance Financial Services, and Approved Services. Visit our head office at Bruceby opposite AfricMed next to Trust Bank Limited or email us at info@jamanomt.com. You can as well call 0310-3051 or yet still 733-0688. Our opening hours are 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday to Saturday and 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Sunday. Jamu Money Transfer, your most trusted money transfer service where customer satisfaction is paramount. When you think of a simple, fast, and reliable money transfer, think Jamu Money Transfer.
Planning to have an uninterrupted electricity and water supply from solar energy in the Gambia and beyond? Worry no more, because Solar Enterprise will provide you with the solutions at reasonable cost. We have experienced personnel who can install and advise you about your electricity and water supply with a warranty period. We have good quality solar products from North America and Europe. We provide services and sell products to individuals, organizations, institutions, private offices, communities, and government. These products are solar panels, batteries, charge controllers, inverters, water pump, water heaters, freezers, submersible pumps, and general solar accessories. Visit our stores at 48 Karaba Avenue and Brusubi Highway, or you can call us on 7657 479 980 8483 340 9400 or 635 9906.
Assalamu alaikum baɗigol ngali konton kali bisimillahi momoɓe kerfata jiɓe ka ñenten menna mba fala moɓe ko ala barka bake alɓe kerfata le jiɓe kan surtout mol mi alon ko wolle ba jiɓe kan live on YouTube bi mba fala moɓe ko ala barka bake thank you so much alɓe programme no maka ñame mbi Facebook ɓe dumale jita dumale wala tinna nata live on the YouTube milba jibe kan science and tenting live on YouTube. Thank you so much. Ala ko alba jibe kan ne on the live B, because most of the time I'm gonna live Facebook, then after nga play live on YouTube fana. So wala na YouTube call milka jibe je wala ka call ke when ning call sol yelta wakatra programme bandere bare B be live le on YouTube mba fala mo be ko isi subscribe na YouTube channel o fanana na YouTube channel o mi alon ko mba play kam wolto science and tenting min kera kerfatu media di al subscribe abukalta fenna ika subscribe le drop abanta oto mbe molbe bismillah la molmi alon ko wolle kanyum programme on no mamba fulale ko ala barka bake lo kun tambila nga doyle soto non jang PDOIS ila candidate kansulo mi alon ko alota non ko nga ko nyamen don mbe partiol bele soto la jang mi alon ko mbe interview la about Gambia kola wala na bi nga dol fana nati mi alon ko nibe kachala Gambia kola ndon nga min soto bi fana mo molleti mi alan koye toman mabo ni nata Gambia political la kuoto of course Mr. Ba molbe alon ne sai telebe siring bluba karola bonta dame walem team jiteti Mohamed Ba abata dame walem team Gitteh for NPP sai ma what ngalo wa explain na le nyato. So the National Youth President of the United Democratic Party, Haji Suwaneh, na refana soto jande mi aron ko nabe kachala bi Gambia political kora bari follow nga official tenduki jey ka nyim programme fasa ka semendi andi ke blodo nyim programme ko to mo be sita number 7 wala number 2 sang pour ka sorne andiro soto baka ni na credit koning of course megabyte ko la mi alon ko molka wali sang andu promotion jamal bi jere mi alon ko official kake e sil loki nole pour fana daetara ganyen lal kono Gambia banko kanjang of course mutana le ne koreke aning ko ngafu nyama luntan ko tan wala Mr. Ba be live on kerfatu welcome
abaraka bage thank you very much buba gajigo and ala baraka bake la moy la ni jibelal Gambia ko nani Gambia bandala bal konton nambal tentula bal jeyla surtout West Coast Sabatilal West Coast Silal team jide ka fo mol bal be konton nambal tentula bal jeyla especially the women empowerment of team jide bal konton na ben chairman of konton mo Ahmad jide being here for Canada and the first family, the Hyderabad Kunda down there. Balbe Kontona, Baltendam, Baljaila, and we are pleased to be here and thank you for having us, Buba.
Thank you so much. Haji?
Abarakabaga Buba, thank you very much. Ngela sponsor kondo, mengeta Africell, and in Ndonyo Membeja, mengeta Mr. Mohamed Bati. It's a pleasure to share this platform with him. Me la technician of Anabe Kontona, many alonko. Without them, it will be very hard for Moli and TLGBJ. But me ila followers of Kontona, the viewers in general, because Italy have to nankasi yanga diamu. So ila time only kamembule come follow time kumarim balem then betentula mejaila and Gambian people at large. So thank you once again for having me.
Thank you so much, Haji. May follow like Mr. Bal. Of course, ngalone Gitteh ning NPP a problem also really no. What is the state of team Gitteh right now? Nga jele ko Gitteh nata Gambia janne, you know, nata ning president waje, nata ning NPP call je, nata je ko reconciliation okera. But team Gitteh for man diam. What exactly Allah? What munem Allah state? Munem Allah long kamate saying team Gitteh.
Abaraka bake Buba Gajigo. Being along ko political offending me along ko Tarambur Kindle me along ko Hadabadingol be me along go the Sabatrim Banko kan inyanta participate in politics. Come don't believe moment walam ko political akafenja mala palin. Like I used to say this a lot of the times in your program. You know, the food that we eat, the electricity that we pay, the water that we pay is all shaped and sharpened by politics. So, kasi drunk afoko idate politico, you know, I think that should not is a no-go area. Yeah, Team Gitteh, we've been very, very active in Gambian politics, and we are still active in politics. Ahmad Gitteh, among Momi Alongo about the NPP, like a lot of people will insinuate. You know,
whatever. Well, that was very clear.
No, Ahmad did not say go about the NPP. Mimbije, Demba Sabali wrote the paper.
But no, Gitteh confirmed that on the
ground. Let me answer your question, Buba.
No.
Let me answer your question.
No, that was very clear.
Demba Sabali, the formality is from Demba Sabali.
Demba Sabali said
Demba Sabali sita ko since Demba ya lonko ningil tata election order, they will reduce a lot of electorate, a lot of votes from the NPP. You know, he just drafted a letter. The electorates.
Who drafted a letter?
Demba drafted a letter. That letter was from Demba Sabali. He drafted a letter that, you know, Gitteh is no longer an NPP, you know, surrogate. There is nothing like independent NPP. But at Team Gitteh, we still believe.
Before you go there, Mr. Ba,
we are the founder, the co-founders of the National People's Party.
Yeah. And I know you are. I know what will be but a jail alter Team Gitteh. Because come the problem is Demba Sabali
principles of NPP.
No,
the executive of NPP.
Demba Sabali made a statement. He made a statement at a meeting.
When will Demba Sabali meet?
At a meeting.
Demba from GDC? Demba.
Ako Gitteh by. But Gitteh also when he came to the Grand Bantaba.
Having any moral right.
The Grand Bantaba. He
power to say
what NPP level.
That was the formality.
Gitteh no, but I want you to agree that Gitteh said
no, I can no. There was.
You've listened to Gitteh on the Grand Bantaba. In fact, Inatel Naranyola no. And you listen to him when the program was played
with Gitteh. But Gitteh kafoko ndebota NPP. I put you mean low. In fact, our second prime.
So Gitteh nemambo NPP.
No, Gitteh nemambo NPP.
Seriously, Mr. Wa?
Gitteh went solo because the democratic.
No, I know that he went solo during the election.
Because the democratic.
But after the election,
don't favor him. That's why we went solo because but your own principles, you know, you cannot allow people to bend them. Gitteh is that kind. I learned Ibrahim Silda, Demba Sabal, Abasanya at the time. They know this is a young person that you cannot just, you know, twist and turn anyhow. You understand?
But he's now twist and turn.
No, you're not twist and turn.
He's not.
Okay, it's a famous Lola. Yeah, you left it there and Bandalonko in Ayatinya. You understand? Gitteh Olege. But Kafo Komboda NPP, the Tonya La Kamfada, including myself, we were very angry because, you know, we were not expecting that. This is a political party that we sacrificed so very much in 2021 presidential elections. Kabantam Mili NPP ni UDP Nyado. That was one of the most difficult things DV will have ever sacrificed. You understand? Then people like Demba Sabali, they were all under the carpet. Demba Sabali was shouting at GDC. Who is Demba Sabali just to draft a letter from Gitteh by them? That was the formality. But we issue press releases and stuff like that regarding our stand and our move as far as the political landscape of this country is concerned.
So what is next for Team Gitteh? Are you NPP or are you what? People don't know. I don't know what to say. No, people want to understand. What are you? I don't know what.
Well, the bigger family remains National People's Party. That
means you are NPP now.
Yeah, of course.
100% NPP.
We are NPP.
Okay, all right.
That doesn't eradicate. That doesn't sideline our team as Ahmad Gitteh. And
no, this team is supporting NPP.
Bro,
now.
You can have a universal set and a.
That's what I'm saying. I don't have any problem. Just like other political parties.
Very good.
Within the political parties, you have certain old groups. But then we can just say that Team Gitteh is NPP.
Well, Team Gitteh was ever NPP. We were having some rifts that we were
Team
not
Gitteh
subscribing.
NPP. I'll comfortable there is a reconciliation.
No, that was not hidden. The whole world knew. We were not only the right candidate, but we were cheated. We were not only cheated, we were denied our right. Fonse Kamfa, you understand? Supporting the president doesn't necessarily mean imanyana tonya for the president. Yalang Gambian politics when button the back. When button the back. Being an NPP doesn't necessarily mean imanyana for the manseko. I want to believe 2 terms is enough for your presidency. Being an NPP member doesn't necessarily mean you don't have to disagree with the president. People in the Democratic in the Democratic Party in the United States, the Republican, they have this difference of ideas.
Yeah.
Even though they are in the same political party. Western part of Africa, especially the Gambia, we do not have this mindset. And in as much as we do not have this mindset, our political landscape is not moving any further as far as positivity is concerned.
So what changed for Al Murta NPP? What changed?
Data independent, we all lost. Min nata fali wolam ko, there are some elites mi alon ko NPP, mol mi alon ko they when they talk, people listen. People like Honorable Drame, he played a very important role in reconciliating this, team.
Honorable Musa Drame.
He's a very influential somebody. When Musa speak, a lot of people listen in the NPP. He played a very important role. And like average electorates in this country, most of the time they are not answerable to independence, irrespective of your sound policies, programs, and agenda. Though for us at Team Gitteh, when we were fighting for the position of chairmanship in West Coast, we were having very good policies. But the electors were not listening to that. It all come in Wolamko, UDP ning NPP lebe nyo boringola. Ye min long Wolam political party. So we listen to the elites, then we try to reconcile.
Is this not a political suicide for Gitteh, Purkamurung NPP?
No, it's not a political suicide. In fact, it's a political advantage for him. Gitteh is more grounded in NPP, and I want to believe Gitteh will receive more electorates in NPP than any other political party. The support base of Gitteh is more of NPP than any other political party. Than even being independent. But so in Nite Konneko is a political suicide.
No, I'm asking whether it wouldn't be a political suicide.
No, it can never be a political suicide.
Because Gitteh science are intending, but most of these people major interaction or follow. Man Gitteh jeka close to the president like Sidi Njaiwal and Demba Sabali wal Benjamin, and Demba Sabali is one of the people me along and I problem also. Just like you claim Gitteh was among the people me NPP party or law, but he is not close and in interaction. If there is another problem, for example, the same Minketa Gitteh but NPP koteke, do you think people will take him serious? This is why I'm asking whether a political suicide for your leader.
Moving ahead, people have to learn lessons. Gitteh Lombang for NPP Lombang, both the two parties will learn lesson. Gitteh will learn the lesson for the fact that he have to put a lot of things behind. Not all the people that you go with, you have to trust 100%. Politics don't dictate that. I mean, we have a common interest, that is to make sure NPP have a majority of the electorate. Both Dembasawali and Ibrahim Asila and Gitteh, we'll work towards that. But individually, let them have their individual differences. But the interest of the political party, they will all work towards that. Regarding the president, the first day that Gitteh came from Canada, the second day he met the president, the relationship become, more tight than ever before. That's normal. We have to, what is in our heart, we have to throw that one and have the one mindset.
Is he going to be appointed?
Well, Gitteh fought a bitter battle in 2021 when he was not expecting a position. The moment the election was done, he flew to Canada. He was not expecting. And at the time, a lot of people were expecting Gitteh to be appointed. In fact, I want to quote this all along. President Adama Barrow said, my cabinet will be a youthful cabinet. A lot of people were appointing Gitteh to be the sport minister at the time. Gitteh never opted for being a minister. He went back. Alaftanu minna wolom ko albandero din ngata chairman ya plaso ni Brikama area council. This is what Gitteh wanted. And the reason behind that was, this is a council that sponsored his education when he was a child. And of course, the taxpayers' money that Yaya Jammeh used to fund his tuition fee in Carleton University in Canada. So it would have been better for him to come back and serve the people where he hailed from, that is, West Coast region. Ndol hani sai mbe mutana ndol bulu wolom ko NPP ye bandero di molla na plaso nyine mbe Brikama area council. And there is no doubt we will win that chairmanship.
You mean for the next election?
For the next chairmanship election.
Okay, I'll need wale fenge for next fengo.
No, ni mo agree. But wala be mutana ndol bulu.
But did they say anything about Gitteh about appointing as a minister or any other position?
No, they haven't said that.
They haven't said that. So y'all convince them don't purale murunal murta.
No, yalo. Yalo.
So atol fa yalo mina atol ko. Is it Gitteh mursal droit murta for yatol bele commandi nyola purgal manene. O Gitteh don't manene kombe mbala dindi ngol sotola.
One thing about Gitteh, he respect opinions of individuals. We work as a team since inception. He was in Canada. We've been talking. When this issue started, we have series of meetings. Some of us disagree. Let us reconcile. Some will say no. Some will say yes. In the end, democracy wins.
So which group were you?
Well, in the end, democracy wins, Buba.
Which group are you?
Democracy wins in the end.
Haji, Gitteh Lamuro NPP do you think is a political suicide for you?
And then Mr. Bafana, I thank him very much for being bold enough, because I come mention if he was a psychophone, he wouldn't have mentioned those ones. So young people, this is what we expect from them. You speak your mind, anatra where you belong to, they might not like it. But this is the way I believe na political progress now. And more men so someone all funding geld. Gitteh, I wouldn't say he created a political suicide, come I mean for, and I would not even say that go an MPP. I never believe ko Gitteh was MPP. There were grievances. Me along go Gitteh na mol ole betonu. I mean for janteng. On justice me along ko, wala injustice me along ko le tamate kang during the selection period. Najero to wale atuna ye fanta lota independent to push for Gitteh's candidature. Even though they know very well ko it win no, but they did it in a form of protesting against MPP to tell them ko delta sotola fanara sotola. Coming back to joining or reconciling with MPP, I'm not calling it a political suicide, but it's on principle. Because it's on principle in the fact that nte believe taleko to nyani mbakale la hanatra will stand alone and die alone. I have to push that truth to ensure that the truth prevail at the end of the day. Gitteh took himself as a dynamic politician, and he was bold enough with these people. Kajako MPP and selection period to an inventara woman kilingoti. and it was biased. A lot of people sympathize with him, including those who were never even supporting MPP. And they don't even like Gitteh. But Bidai Boldizonota, people saw him on the lines of being somebody who is a principle-based politician. So people were looking into characters from people Nina Wasaito Lakafo. He has a principle. No matter what happened, Hanatra Mobeba Iban Natole, but he can fight for a principle. So Wobakaro Dina Damota, Manta Janenjang, Ning I would drop, Atara join the same system without no tangible explanation. No justification ko ñineni menkete wa stop lale and men fana kata ko ison telefona ko that they have done wrong ntela jiro to wo. It's not a political suicide, but it's a compromise as far as principles are concerned. So nte jam fala la ko to baake, but that's how I analyze it.
Okay, so alla party oto for the al lokun tambila albeno internal democracy within the UDP albo tamande kanne non kabreng altara carte fela position fula ala carte fa okay wala, but campaign manager position o mo position de mi alon ko ala dia mo siata non kabrin sabali left, then Karfa applied and also Pamane applied. So but then al narata election ola, you know, Karfa win, but jani election there was issues within Jamal Dolbe nyine support kan during this campaign period, because UDP I was at your congress, most of the things manje carte for minkaraje e can negotiate ultimately killingo ya, but this time this could not happen. So do you think this will not bring any difference for the party, Allah party?
No. This has nothing to bring difference in the UDP, because Nymanke a followed, and in fact Nyman tens found ka cool si many along ko tambeta as far as congresses and positions are concerned. UDP, one thing they believe in, wala mintu ko democracy anyanta katamale internally and externally. So within the party, we have an internal democracy whereby people are given the opportunity to vie for positions when time comes for those positions to be contested for. And in they believe in also traditional issues. You bring your reasons, then you tell reasons but niya fana bela ni tablo kan ning alman song wola wo justification na menya na nyanta kabula alkam ikamente wala mtuko na broad box be jemi alon ko ka allow pour mol men yalon ko alkana wolel serve to choose among you who they believe can serve that position very well. So nyimbanka la foloti, and Janjambure was more intense, and even well before Janjambure na 2020 congress me alon ko ngake karaba hotel it was a well intense congress.
Yeah, intense, but most of the time molka so nyoma. I remember a lot of even Sabali and Karfa Manenele, attending Fenke Kemo, it was the same thing. And other positions, we were able to convince each other. I'm not in support of that process. They are in support of Moleta election. People choose. But most of the time, this is what happened in ED. But this time, we are not able to do this.
No, we did it. The team engaged both candidates, Kajako Alkarabula from the female side, kana women's side, kana campaign manager tala. Ye be engaged, but both the women's side and then the campaign manager, ni be mansong moment I have to test my powers. I have to test that whether people trust me to be in the position or not. So they have no option, only to allow them to go for the positions. Amange coming, it is the first time. We are from the Youth Congress now. Mol somebody many along another candidate palaso no mo palaso ni ya contest le mol kachate te maleka kenya mansong. At the end of the day, that's the deputy female treasurer. Imansong ya iko ebetala electional and election we are conducted. So the women's wing also the same thing they went to. So this is not the first of its kind. Just that because campaign manager palaso nying awole makan watra mole amera is a very important position, but all these positions are important, particularly the women's in second vice president mengalon antino ko njay the role she played and the position she was occupying it's a very very important palaso. So wolfanata election and most abalem bine ya safele anti se Diouf ya safele so Binta Touré ya safele nyini sabobe mankara bula karay momabula moy so ballot box ole lota then molia disamina lon ko le nata CCJ wala center committee meeting noto wala vote tema then Binta was the lucky winner. Karfa fana ni permanent tema the same thing ya ikachate tema le katanila ko alin place on ala tunyo alfali la reason la mala ko nyata tunyo iko hani believe ta lale and later la fana alim bula ngata mole carte fa tema then nimmen kanyata to akamuto ko mole wala tambendi. That is what has happened, and it's not wrong to negotiate. Negotiations are very important in organization okola. Isaji maybe negotiate dal sila nganelo. Ate member na mitala sala nganelo. I don't know nal tata je ni meya so dorong. You all believe that this is what is right and this is what I went for. So nyine mundata ngamen so je as far as those activities.
You openly Molwe jele you campaign against Karafa. You are supporting PAB. Do you think Karafa is not the right candidate? Anyway, more dol for that.
Yeah. You know,
the right candidate.
You know, these are
like a UDP campaign manager.
Yeah, these are
openly campaign against him.
Yes, these are elections. I think within the UDP we all knew each other. We know that until democratically nobody will control the order. If I have a choice, I don't hide it. And if I have a choice, I will make sure that everybody knows that this is my choice with my reasons to go for elections. But now choosing Ninga table for now, I have to try to campaign and defend it. So campaign internally and then outside manifest because I don't want people who trust me. I'm a wolf in the sheep clothes. Okay. So democracy people's views and opinions has to be respected. Okay. So what view no opinion Buba Londi ya Ibrahim Londi Ibrahim ante believe tako Ibrahim sake no buba take no la. So now believe ni mo nyanta kalon men ante foloka buna nan believe tako Ibrahim nyanta sake no buba take no la. Ninga mabo italon no la. So ndenga now view but doesn't have anything to do with the outcome of the results. The outcome is menga lonko democracy ya ming sa alomento ko jamak ya ming bathroom wolle fana ngan yantela wo wisno wolle fana tela wela ntela wo harmony nteko drop le ka jamaa ya mento mbonye akamoto ko don jamaa ya believe ko wolle sakeno. So democracy in fama nin jamaa ya fento modron we all go by that. Yes, I openly campaign against Karafa. But majority believe Karafa is the solution, and that's why today we are all with Karafa. So
I'll be Saiba support kan as far as a winter.
Yeah, this is not the first time. Anyway, this is not the first time. I openly campaign against people when they win. I have to.
You join and
not to join. They are working for my organization, and I cannot work separately with them. Ntenga miracle what they lack. I have to join and bring that to them. And try to provide that quality until I will contribute kajo ko women mistake to ite osoto. Together as an organization we can achieve what we want. So this is what UDP represents.
All right, Mr. Ba, in 2026 kanale alfele alatimo sang al join barola. Do you think you have any chance of winning the 2026 election?
You know, first, you know, I subscribe to democratic principles. I say that to have anywhere. The latter loco, Njikita Fananko, Baro will leave office 2026. And we'll have somebody, a flag bearer from the National People's Party, and he will push that.
Baro mo for
well, not one. The mahu baro, and no. I say that. This is not the first platform that I see.
Baro said people will wait for a while. Follow.
No, at the time why he said that in my view in summer because I had yellow patio nyimbetinyakan, and at the time Tonyano patio metinyakan, and Baro was the only person who can cement the party together. But Baro said a lot of things. There was a time he said he will not contest. There was a very big rumor Baro will not contest.
No, there was a rumor. He never said that I'm not going to contest.
Baro said after my time I want to be a social.
Yes, he said that.
I mean, you cannot say but that at the 2 years before you. A lot of people.
Anyway, but I'm out on the contest line.
We are insinuating Baro will not contest. Okay. And if you do that, that would be the best thing, and he will set a record in Gambian politics. And I believe he will do that, setting NPP into a very solid political party. You know, that would be like an ANC in South Africa, whereby at least every 2 terms, you know, one person will come. It doesn't necessarily mean if Baro is not there, somebody will not lead from the National People's Party. I mean, Baro can move aside, somebody from the National People's Party.
So I left I 2 term keda my G.
To be honest,
that's what you want.
That's what I want.
And that's what you believe in.
That's
the 2
what
term.
I believe he will.
2 term. Okay.
Unless you know if he is consumed by power, then he might not be able to relinquish.
Okay. Now let's.
But then the issue of 2026. You know, I'm not very sure whether it is a go area for United Democratic Party, which serve as a very big, you know, opponent to the president.
Really?
Of course.
How?
I mean, you can read situations. You know, 2021, the NPP and Barrow, there was a lot of noise, hula-baloo, suspicion whether in fact they can win the presidential elections. But they did that, 50% above. But this time, how things are unfolding, the cross-carpeting, the political whatsoever, shows a lot of, weight to Barrow, to the NPP. Even though njikita ko abi modole tambinla tambila.
So you think UDP will lose the 2026 presidential election?
UDP were more powerful in 2021 than the upcoming elections.
Why? Because their campaign manager left?
Not only the campaign manager.
But you realize that UDP, they have how many National Assembly members that cross carpet to the president?
Yeah.
Right? They have a full chairman. This time is only a National Assembly member and also a campaign manager.
You don't call that only.
No, compare it to the previous ones. How many National Assembly members? I think it's five. And a chairman.
Yes.
That is 6.
Yes.
Now this time is a National Assembly member,
yes,
and a campaign manager. That's why I said only.
That is the recent one.
Yeah, the recent one.
Good.
So if you compare these two. So
now, when you come to a situation whereby a political party, people start, grooming about leaving, as important as a national campaign manager, as important as a campaign manager leaving a political party, that rings a lot of bell, and the campaign manager leaving is not leaving alone. The campaign manager leave with the sister and leave with a whole gang. That is a very big minus to the political party, and it's an addition to the National People's Party. Well, my independent opinion, I am with the conviction and the belief the NPP will win the 2026 presidential elections.
So if who comes as your standard bearer?
Well, I wish and hope and pray that
this is what
Gitteh becomes the standard bearer of the NPP.
People are saying whoever comes, if it's not Barrow, your party will be divided. Demba Sabali, Sidi Njai, Ahmed Gitteh. You have a lot of names that are mentioned. Ekonim Barrow tija alla party obe farla.
No, yala mol lata nu wala na.
No, still now mol lata wala.
Well,
that's
maybe the percentage
that's what people are saying.
The percentage might reduce. This boy was fought because of his influence towards the leadership of the political party.
Who?
Gitteh, of course.
Okay.
There are a lot of, insinuation the boy is very focused and he is a potential standard bearer. And if you see a potential standard bearer who stands between you and the flag bearer, you will do everything possible to kick him out. And he's somebody with principle. That's why they frustrate him. He left. But then we back to the National People's Party. Even though we are trying to build, we are trying to put the energy back to us. I know it will not be easy. And we pray and hope that they choose us.
So you want Gitteh to be the standard bearer of NPP. And why do you think he will win? Because Anim Molman Radiaring Alaje, you think he'll win?
That's I will not agree to that. Anim Molman
Radiaring. That is the reality. You have I different totally with people.
I cannot agree to that.
You left a Gitteh ni momon kuya in NPP.
No, not Nico animal monter diaring.
Yeah, animal.
Into what basis? What is your
no, but
the electorate of a political party.
That is in the public space. The
electorate of a political party that determine the size of a political party. The average electorates in NPP are very close allied to Gitteh.
Yeah, but he tested himself and he failed.
Because
he tested himself and he failed in West Coast.
And individual,
he couldn't even get 10,000 votes in West Coast.
Listen, individual, all those people making noise within the NPP, if they also tested themselves in West Coast, they will not even have a single vote.
In West Coast?
Yes.
See, this is 52,000 votes.
Bro, there is a difference between running under a placard of a political party.
No, now you are testing yourself. We are testing Gitteh as
People
Gitteh.
don't vote for CD. People vote for NPP.
What do you mean?
Yes.
CD was the candidate, come on. Despite it was NPP, but
99% of the people that voted for NPP they never voted for CD.
Okay.
People vote for political parties in this country. They don't vote for sound opinion, program, policies, and agendas. They don't do that. What they do is they look at the political party. I told you inception. For them, there are two, this Haji Baniko, I don't know.
Haji Baniko Siso.
The guy that is in France. I forgot the name.
Oh, okay.
When he called, he said, Gitteh, well, we love you. You are our family. You know, we wish that you are the chairman. But then this is a political party that we struggle for. We cannot sacrifice that for anything. I wish you all the best. Financial, I can support you. But the political party, we cannot leave it to die. So this shows you number of people whom you know that are in love with Gitteh, but then the party, they just don't want to sacrifice the party for anything. One, because they don't want the party to die, and they don't want the opponent, that is UDP, to laugh at them. That is the fundamental.
So you have
that's
people,
why
your people doesn't vote because of competence or programs. They vote because of they don't want UDP to laugh at them.
No,
that's what you're saying.
That is regional politics. That is West Africa for you. A
lot
of the electorates don't subscribe to policies. What is in the open? They don't subscribe to policies. If that was the case, we would have voted Doi here in this country.
So you think Doi is the right candidate, is the right person to be the president, even more than Barrow, more than your leader?
You know, I don't even know why Barrow was even chosen in 2026. When you have people like Doi, Halifa Sallah, Honorable Maifati, our current MP, that is Dabo in Brikama North constituency.
Alaji
S. Dabo, Ahmad Ba. And as far as competency, administration is concerned, I want to believe these people can do that better than Barrow. Yes, as far as administration is concerned.
Mr. Ba, Molko, some people said Banko Nyimantrataka Nyantatala Nyame. And people, some of them are blaming the president because he's the leader of this country. Now, Ninjitenara, how is he going to maneuver to win this election then, if people are not happy? Because we are waiting for him at 2026. Molla bitikol janjankande, maro dabe selekande, sukro dabe selekande, agriculture ila tiolia are not they are not getting money from there. So people are getting frustrated. You think Gitteh will make it natra NPP yake la standard BRT in 2026?
You know, I wish like we were tested in the Brikama area council first.
You are tested.
No, we were not. Tested in a sense.
You mean under NPP?
I wish we were voted in to be the chairman.
Okay, now I understand.
You know, if you take the mantle of leadership as chairman, at least then people will understand, you know, and will learn whether this person, Gitteh, can administer. You know, I believe he can administer. He can change a lot of things. You know, you talk about, you know, the rise. You know, Barrow, I followed, and Batonyala. At a man would die in as much as our importation exceed the exportation, we can never reduce the price of basic commodities.
But as a leader, you think you shouldn't have a problem to solve that?
Of course.
What program does he have to solve that?
That become the weaknesses of the agricultural minister, Demba Sabali.
Yeah, you people have problem with Demba Sabali. That is
no, we don't have problem with Demba Sabali.
You obviously have problem with Demba Sabali. It's the weakness of the entire system. It's the entire system.
You talk about the bag of rice. That's why we have to talk about the agriculture. New water and nafifengal. Like we are importing all of them from outside. You know, they dictate the price. There is no way out we can reduce the price of rice in this country. Suppose the exportation is higher. Like we can go moro ndola brika kanjo sijulo is $1,600.
You see?
Kanjo. You understand? So new water, what we grow here is big enough. We can export it outside. We can determine the price of basic commodities in this country. But then everything that we consume in this country, we import it. It leads to inflation. It leads to price high because the demand is high.
All right. Kamona kilo blandi ko Albanian program o jibegan through YouTube live. Milba jibegan YouTube is live on YouTube. Nyato demandi mbela enol yella. Yeah.
President Jammeh was trying to meet this target. You know, vision. He had a lot of visions, but even though the visions were segregated in one sector, one region, that is the Kanilai, and that's why, in my view, he could not, meet his target. But you look at, Gambia. We are blessed with the river. we could have cultivated a lot of things, cereal crop within, at the banks of the river. Thereby we can meet, the basic needs of this country.
That one also is a failure of the system.
For which system? The past regime or
the NPP government?
Yeah, we can say it's a failure. But where you started, you said a lot of things have failed. In NPP's government, a lot of things did not fail. There are some sectors, economy, social. Which one of them are you talking about?
I've mentioned a lot of them.
Very good. Infrastructural wise, they are excelling. They are doing fantastic good.
Where?
Infrastructure.
Yeah, infrastructure. NPP, that is your baby. Infrastructure is your baby. You always mention that. What more coming from Silo Domola? We have. There are a lot of important things. People who want to hear them. We are left go but Maroda Jitale, Sukuroda Jitale. They want to hear that in the Tiol Sunday Kodo Dinale. They want to hear that the agriculture and some of these things.
But your government at which barrel sells or buy groundnut this year is next to none.
No.
Of course.
Senegal later Sierra.
Who told you that?
Of course. Senegal started for 40,000 per ton. So of course I'm so what I'm saying. So
the agricultural
your
minister
government
said
is paying
what they buy for groundnut this time is next to none. And I want to
No. They are buying it at 38,000. That's
why
what they told
the Senegalese are not intruding in
what? No, because they threaten them.
And that is good.
They threaten them. No, it's not because you threaten.
You cannot allow the Senegalese to come and buy our products.
You threaten these people. Now you told the farmers that go Ninanta Latio Dondola. But alternately Latio Dondo. Farmer Litio Samba Secol Dole Kodo Mantraje. So you
all
threaten
of them or some of them?
No, some of the majority Jamalem. You have, of course, you've seen the videos online, isn't it?
I have seen.
So that is a failure, right?
No, basically, yes, of course, administration, to be honest, you cannot have it all right. But if you want to put it in percentage, I can say 70% of his administration.
70%?
Yes, 70%.
Okay, all right.
70%
Okay, I'll get back to you. Haji, there is no chance for UDP in 2026. You think you have any chance of winning the 2026 presidential election? He mentioned that Allah campaign manager Tatale, and he is right. He mentioned Animal Tatanyola, that is the sister Ramu, and then Allah National Assembly member for Combo is Abduso also left.
Yeah, in the issue of the campaign manager, I don't want to go deep into that because among what is written on the wall, but the issue is 2026. Yala wote bola mol nyato ni ala sonta ni ala mol son ni jara kreal ba membe je lafta ka même for Mr. Bayonko ala patio me alon ko le MPPT National Assembly election janna kananari iko UDP, if they are lucky they might have only one parliamentarian. We are lucky to have 15 including an independent candidate menga assistant. Chairmanship and mayoral election obira kananari, the same slogan was driving in fact ya menki je wala ko itelel ba be sotola ni UDP ya sotola probably maybe one wo fana kono la. We are lucky again. UDP is our solution to the problems that we are facing. They elected 4 of our mayors and chairpersons, including chairperson, mayor Fula and then chairman Fula, in the heart of Gambian politics. West Coast region and KMC. These are the 2 heart of Gambian politics as far as population is concerned. So, Ning Atakasija Kafumolenko 2026 UDP will power jitale. In fact, the power they were having before 2021 election of Kadungo Konola,
but people say there was voter apathy. You think that is not the reason?
If you compare that voter apathy to the past records, there was no voter apathy. People came out and voted in their numbers, and they have chosen the candidate they believe is the solution to their problems. But in 2026, this is the slogan politician drive. Much more, I'm not into that one. I only want to talk about political mealonko. It is based on facts, and then atakala just to assume ko nyine beke nola astara mfongo yalonka for what tekala wala wato for mercy follow. Maybe you to kombe wato men kola bi Gambia political bedamento. If Gambian people voted the same system to continue, that means that I and him together will come and sit down here again. We both cry. Membeje Gambia. In 2021 election, UDP came out with policies. About Gambian policy, I disagree. Gambian they vote for policies and programs. Yes, they vote for individuals also, not only political parties. Ning atra the Gambians don't vote for policies and programs. Maybe Gitteh would not have even have one vote. at one vote because among contests on the independent candidate. So, but Gambian will also believe in principles. If UDP can pull out over 220,000 votes in 2021, and the election in 2021, UDP contested that the elections were not free and fair. Evidence of another proof, and we came to these 3 elections, National Assembly, councilorship, and then chairman and mayorship. Now, proof to Gambian people that what we said, what we presented at the courts, it is something that definitely is true. And election of our proof. So, the message for Gambia, which we believe majority of Gambians have listened and bought into it. All of the idea in the program into agriculture, the health sector, the infrastructure in general, and the energy, and all other sectors may all drive into our policy. Gambian what UDP has sold to them, that was the exact solution to our problems. Nina ta jibe agricultural side ola be intanga memfo compared to what was happening before the 2020 election. And me making be nina jibe Gambiano jama, including people who voted for MPP. They are all crying because the cost of living today is so exorbitant at the level of Gambiano ordinary citizen cannot buy it. So very agitant local. If more than 70-something% of Gambians, if they have lunch, they cannot have dinner. If they have dinner, they cannot have breakfast. Yeah, fam. This is so if we are telling people that you have to vote the same system and continue with that system, what are we selling? What do we want tomorrow for our Gambian people to go to? So until this is the type of programs and policies we'll be selling to Gambian people. But we'll come up with solutions as far as our policies are concerned. For UDP in 2021 agriculture in empower. Can funds will be mobilized locally here. We funds will coming so 10% of that budget is supposed to be allocated to agriculture.
Yeah, that's what the Maputo protocol says.
Yeah, that's the Maputo 2022 convention. That's what they agree to because they believe that agreement ni momo implement ila banko kang. That is going to be a solution to instantly provide this self-food sufficiency to your own country. I come for importation on the export la Carola. It will be well served as far as the ordinary farmers are concerned. Nina rajibe mano menka sene jang, and mano menka sene India. Gambia la banko jang wole fatalta more than what we have in India. I was there with the people of NPP. They were half representative there. Brings is what their minister told me in front of the Gambian High Commissioner there, Mr. Jawara. I can't maloleti. And I put up my part, which the High Commissioner himself agree. Ita kata mankole dani manola puro ayawa afila. A ton of that rice is $405. $405 near divide at the time. Maniboto is just costing like $1,000 or $950. What time will exchange rate Benjamin? Near one at the Gambia jang, and another person is CIF up to Gambia here. Near one at the young, you come and as a government, you come and resell that rice to $1,500. You think you have provided a solution? You didn't. So ngam find you to go allow me. Ngam find to go before you even come and lobby for this. You have the land. What you lack is the resources as far as technology is concerned. Yeah, fam. Muna India Masakunda, you plea for that resources, missing resources, itala side la. Put it out the mole, it fana okay mano senelat. Because nindo ita sustainable. You cannot get money to come and buy rice here and import it into your country, resell it to farmers. Molta atlaba nora. So now man laba member niti amenati at that affordable price. Ningita bandola stop that. The businessmen will take advantage of that and even torment the market more than what they were doing before. And that's exactly what we are into today. Mansakunda Manota, because I think if I could remember very well, they gave us almost over 120,000 tons. Sani wo 120,000 tons in Abantale. They cannot import rice from India now. What have we seen now? The rice that the market was selling $1,800, $1,700. Today it is sold $2,250.
2,000, yeah, shelter.
Yeah, because government has intervened in the market. Kamanonati. Businessmen were crying because they know exactly what is there, but they know government has someone like labang. They waited until this period may along face Ramadan la say mano that nobody knows where it is gonna stop. So as a wise government who is having strategies, I think beyond people like him, he's just like maybe sometimes mixing the eggs and then the apples or the apples and the oranges. But in he believed that definitely this government is not a solution. That's why he mentioned Toy. Hadn't been Gambians are voting for policies, they could have gone to Toy. But I think we should all believe in principles. Before I join political party, what I looked at from the political party is not the person who is coming only, but it's about what is the ideology. If I join this party, what is their ideology? More ideally, what is their policies?
Where are we? Italian police even sambalamentole. If I join them, what value would I add? Regardless of how many numbers the party is having. You be it 5, be it 10, be it 100. But what I care is a government supposed to be a solution a la mola problem. So if your policies and programs I cannot join the bad policies and that's what we are experiencing. You talk about inflation and the agriculture. This government is investing not even 2% of our budget to agriculture. They are basing all their funding agricultural from donors. Any program wafia ni mawo stambindi akamanta ko wo support me nyanda ka donolia obe failal. The example is the draft constitution 2020 draft constitution. The donor partners have pledged a lot of money to Gambia, but being draft constitution failed. What happened? That's why you have not seen any inflow of money from the donor partners in 2020 to 2021.
So you think it's about the draft constitution?
Of course, it was because of the draft constitution. If you go back to the minister's budget presentation, there was no donor coming from the World Bank and the African Development Bank and the EU. Budget support. And the reason why I'm asking, there were laws that were supposed to pass in market. There were bills along with the deal with corruption will fail. So as a government or as people, I think we elect people to serve us. And if they are serving, they have to provide solution to the problem. Yamin campaign so I think collectively, regardless of where you support, we should be having principles to guide and hold them accountable. I don't believe in that. Even if UDP government comes, I will hold them accountable if they fail us. Yeah, fam. But because I believe you see the Democrats coming against their own candidates. They coming against their own governments. But they can hold you accountable based on the failures that you did not fulfill. Okay. Yeah, understand. So they believe the funding member Baro definitely Alamasakunda, nobody will hate him as a person. But the competency and the political willingness, he is ready to change this country in the betterment of the people. So as far as we are at this juncture, I mentioned Gitteh I will come back again. They did not rejoin because of principles, but they have compromised the principles that people trust that as Gitteh tomorrow he can be solution to government people's problem. Be wo filter because at the line presentation but 2026 we are not yet there. As of now, we are selling policies and programs to Gambian people. You think he's not right that you might lose the election? No, election is all about win or you lose. Yes. What is true? Yeah. And nobody can say that you are going to win when the elections are not conducted. But Gambian majority are with the UDP. Sabali o Ramu Lata, I am going la camp. I don't know, people who support the Sabali. He cannot quote me 3 people, me along go Sabali Safono, Ningi letter MPP at Afonola. Sabali says he's going to take how many? Yeah, he's going to. He wrote here almost 100 or 300 people. Malong. I was available at a platform order. The numbers are written, but where are the people? Another sister, yes, another sister not a UDP, and the another sister from a protocol Sabali was never a politician popular. He was known as a civil servant, and definitely more be respect the area to cover. I mean no in economics, more be respect. So that popularity, as far as intellectual is concerned, but protocol Carola, UDP la Sabali ke Sabaliti. UDP la Sabali ke I told me so. No. So yeah, you might disagree. That's your opinion, but I'm telling you the facts on the ground. Protocol Carola, UDP la Sabali ke Sabaliti. Sabal la ta, and UDP la grassroots has nothing. Imam Ben Laudla, and Sabal have respect for that one also. So Sabali is not my issue. Ramu is not my issue. This is their right to join the MPP, but it has not taken any structure as far as UDP la base is concerned. And 2026 will prove that to them.
It's shut down the media. No, wait, just a minute. Okay. You know, he made mention of a lot of things, but you know, I like one thing that is, you know, he talked about good policies, programs, and agendas, and I think every serious society should engage in that. You know, UDP were having the opportunity in this country, you know, and everything was under their custody at the time. You know, and they were tested. You can put it in percentage. Gambians saw their administration system. You understand? He is talking as if You were not in the mantle of leadership. UDP was in the mantle of leadership in this country. They were looking at 90% majority of the affairs in this country was under the custody of UDP. So will he tell me at the time they were not prepared or at the time they were not ready? I will
answer the question. No, there will be no triple line open. I will answer the question.
And two, when you are telling me, for one thing, they have problem in one issue. If you join the United Democratic Party, fine, you are okay. Sabali was Sabali before joining the United Democratic Party. Sabali is not a hidden somebody as far as this continent is concerned. But politically, at your era, maybe he is known at your era to that extent when he joined, the United Democratic Party. But Sabali again joining NPP, if you deny the fact that he is not influencing or he will not contribute to the electors of NPP, I think
you talked about the electorate of the NPP. I'm not talking about MPP. I know that you will popularize him at the MPP. I'm talking about
the electors in the sense that whether at a mall natila to join or to influence people
to join NPP.
That is electors. The people who vote for you are the electorates. Somebody, of course, will have influence on that. Anybody who did not believe in that, you are in your own reality. And Sabali was Sabali before joining the United Democratic Party.
Yes, on his own areas, and I mentioned that.
You have to agree for the fact.
Let me because since there's no time.
You have lost a bigger wagon as far as UDP is.
The name campaign manager is a bigger wagon, but the biggest wagon is the grassroots. Sabali cannot second that. You have to understand the political dynamism of this country.
Well,
I'm telling you something that is fact and real. Even Sabali, whom you are trying to back here, cannot deny. The name campaign manager. You are trying to
denying the fact.
I'm not denying the fact. I'm trying to tell you the real. No,
going to NPP is just changing anything.
It's just a chicken. It's just a. I'm going to tell. I can tell. No, that's been for the whole coach. Sabali joining NPP is just a chicken change to UDP.
No, that's.
If you don't understand that one, I think you have to go back to the political field and understand it very well. It's just a chicken change to UDP. No, let me come here.
That have been done for 5 years.
To me, that is not even important.
There was no noise compared to that of Sabali.
To me, it's not even
from the UDP camp.
Of course, it was a very big noise.
No, to me, you cannot open the light. To me, it's not that much important to even keep mentioning Sabali.
That's true. That's okay.
What I'm trying to tell you here, we're talking about issues that are affecting the country at large, and you mentioned a very important aspect of it. That is when UDP was serving in the coalition government. I believe if any of us knew where we came from a 22-year rule of Jamu, to the coming of the coalition government, the establishment of cabinet, appointing members like Amadou Sane, Honorable Lamundambi Diba, the late Lamundambi Diba, Honorable Usainu Dabo, if you looked at what they have introduced and reformed in where they were appointed at the time, you not sit down here and say that what they have they offer. I'm coming. It is under their leadership, under their watch. This country, when we were having high borrowing level at the Jamu government, they brought it down in the history of Gambia, which have never happened. This country was having like in our reserve. Barrow mentioned it very well that we were not having anything there. Ahmad brought it to almost $400 million to our reserve. This country at the tenure, Honorable Ahmad Sane presented a policy that government vehicles supposed to be stopped. To manage it efficiently, we should allocate vehicles to ministers, permanent secretaries, for them vehicle to be their own. If service income, it will come from your own pocket. They would have saved almost $300 million for Gambian people. The government rejected it. In fact, they used it as a smear campaign against him to take him out of the government. Under that amount, you talk about inflation here, and you talk about import and export. Do you know that our ports will contribute immensely in that? Because it's strategic as far as West Africa is concerned.
No,
I'm coming. What they have offered you. I'm coming. No, let me come. You mentioned no.
At the time when you were given the opportunity.
And that's the time I'm trying to prove to you. Wait.
Yeah, you mentioned about the country's debt and the reserve.
Exactly, the reserve.
Amadou Sane, when he was former finance minister.
He proposed to the coalition government on the Barrow's leadership. You understand? Ako. Nin leftan na banko nga investor attract mo. na currency ni nga manage ay ken currency mi alon ko abe barakala na Gambia ports will play a pivotal role. And the means of the phone and port ni expand to a level nga modernize. I mean I ki jamal labam port ki mi alon ko these high sophisticated ships can land here. They rejected him. Based on this friendship of business partners, you often had been man port expansion of Majeno. Now that it is even led to Senegal being the entry port of major goods of Gambia, then Gambia is now what? A sub-port to Senegal. When the cost, I can remember that inflation and even high cost of living above the cost. You come to the education sector. When UDP was there, the education sector was being advocated by our people in government that we need reforms that can introduce new curriculums. Me along as in the education sector, as I improve them to the level these were all missing by Barrow at the time. Neither on the agricultural side. This policy was driving since then. But you don't listen. You go to the donor conference. Yes, I'm certain it. No, you gave him ample time, so I did not. I was silent and then.
No, I understand. Okay, just about your achievements and we.
The achievement were minister I can remember them on in Barrow's government then. They went to the famous donor conference. Me along Barrow go hani nyinol ba asense nana tabe abe asense la. Amadou Sane was there.
Yes.
Usainu Dabo was there, and prominent UDP members to go and convince the world that Gambia needs support. Okay. And they succeeded of getting 1.7 million pledge from partners. Imanda wala fana kotek. No. Let me come.
That money finally came.
Why did it come? I'll come there. Wait. Wait. No, I'll come.
This brought to the
I will come.
Having the country.
You have to allow me to learn so that you understand where I'm going.
Okay, allow me.
Then
you come. It's okay.
This rice problem. No, the fund failed because of lack of political will from Barrow to implement issues that will attract those donors to bring that funds here. Among them is that vehicle policy.
Also under your watch, though.
No. It wasn't.
Were you in Senegal?
Wasn't Amadou Sane didn't he present a vehicle policy?
What I'm asking.
The vehicle policy was instrumental to attract donors to bring that one here.
What I'm asking is,
okay,
does that meet UDP inclusive in Senegal? It met you here. You claim you went for a donor conference and you
the minister was taxed. The minister has, as far as finance is concerned, foreign affairs is concerned. No, let me you are missing a point in governance. I can be a minister, you are the president. I can go and attract donors to come here. I can go and attract donors to support us. The donors also will lay conditions. Among those conditions, to have the political will, put what conditions will fulfill has to come from the president. Don't you know? And that's why among them, that vehicle policy. The draft
so you want to tell me
the draft
the
is President Barrow.
Have go all around to announce that money, and you will not have the will for that money to come in.
And that's exactly what happened.
You know, when in my view, when the United Democratic Party see, there is a big, division between the Barrow-led administration and the UDP, they pull out less for that finance to come in. And for me, a pure nationalist should not have done.
And you see,
whether
no. Don't allow that. UDP did not.
That is it.
UDP did not pull out. UDP was sacked from the government.
A political party.
Mr. Ba,
political party will not want to see you succeed in certain issues, and you are convincing the electorate.
Mr. Ba,
in my view, this is what was.
Mr. Ba.
Okay,
no.
You've been saying something that's very important.
But
in politics, as far as young people
are concerned,
should change from the traditional aspect. I agree with that wholeheartedly.
You see,
what I'm saying,
one thing
whether you are the oppositional wing or you are in the government, you have to help the country move. Barack Obama said, helping the president succeed is helping the state moving.
Someone, but
UDP being in Mantul or UDP not being in Mantul, that should not stop you from helping the president succeed. You do that, you are helping your offspring.
How can you? Allow me to.
Born people.
I'm on the same line with you. You have to listen.
Can we listen to each other? Mustafa?
Yeah, I'm on the same line with you.
Yeah.
But you have to understand that in as much as I want to help you to succeed, but you have to also get me the opportunity in helping you. I was given the opportunity, and that's why I went for those. But in coming follow me to go, UDP did not quit from the government. UDP remained in the government to push for these things to happen. But there were a group of interest people in the government who doesn't want these things to succeed. And they were itching the president's ear to sack the UDP from the government. which you know very well. So Kapananje, UDP did not stop that. UDP went to France. By then the ambassador the ambassador of France was how to call it Sidat Diop, Dr. Sidat Diop. They convinced the French government to support the rice production in the Gambia through irrigation. 15 million euros was pledged. Just only for the money to arrive, they sacked the minister, they sacked the foreign minister, they sacked the minister of agriculture. That money go to Basel and look at what that irrigation is represented there. So UDP tried their level best when they were in government. You know why? We have to be realistic and know that the borough is giving the trust and the confidence of Gambian people to do what is right.
So maybe through YouTube, you can call on WhatsApp 254-2586. That is the new WhatsApp number.
Minister.
YouTube live damale. Facebook was down, so all that number. Of course, my play la Facebook for nyaato demanding. 254-2586. That is WhatsApp. 254-2586. So Milbe call kila direct. You can call on the 2035488. Milbe call kila direct. You can call on 2035488. So I'm gonna force caller ta. Hello. Hello.
Assalamualaikum.
Alaikum salam. Ah, okay. Itu nyala. Yeah, Mr. Baye is a baby my can.
Yeah, for your program is very interesting. Yeah, very a big bunch of quality.
Yeah.
And the time moment observation, you know, I'm crossing the ammonia to the ammonia laboratory because no lamon back.
Okay.
You know, I don't know actually, you know, Mr. Baye, you know, what point, you know,
I'm sorry. Ala no kuntutale. Just try and try murunang. Try murunang. On the 254-2586. So welem WhatsApp number mimbe mintaka. So milbe call kila direct. You can call on 2035-488, 2035-488, 2035-488. One number flow mbe wale takang. Yeah. So let's okay. All right. Okay, I think that's your phone. So okay. God. Okay, technician, I'll try a number in his screen so that people will know. 254-2586, 254-2586. Yeah, hello. Hello. Alaikum salam. Yeah, thank you so much. Welcome, every life now.
I come to go. Haji Suwaneh come on board around, you know. Nyaje ni mano ni amapare ka understand. Ali Haji de member ko wolen to nyari. Because yalo mo ni be mo support kan. Ni to nyari be kala be to nyani ta. Be kala be to nyani nakar. Ko wole be banko patande kan sante. Because denya le batane be banko kan sante. Mul be fala. Mul be yeman la. Mul be mom hanga momalo mune fa be tering. Ko be mul la. Mul man plano jibe na banko chamba state to nyaram ko abentol fa be na sala. Ko ite ni menke ka ite tamando to kan. Ite nyante ni ra ko dumul le be ko. Ite be dumul to like ko mala ite be dal le dumul to ko ma. Banko en bata nan ko dumul le na du bata kon. Ko tag e dumul le ko tagge. Ebe kabulo to nyaaw ñarandi ebe jugo so la ko re ñanto lonnal e ka ko ko manke ala ko di dunya ko le akole tugo mun ala ko di ina ye ko bara ni dara ala ya be ni kala.
Thank you so much.
To ko fanan long ko ko
Abaka, thank you.
UDP na da pour ka baro ma ko bari ni UDP na da pour ka baro ma ko baro ka in dialogue nem poko abe dialogue command la bi UDP ko le na ye contribute ye lati pour ye ka kalindi baro na ay ta political rally do ay na ka kumol famel ya lonko wata kairo na la banko ka man sa etel follow na da kairo sabatin la janni mo website o sabatin but but it no do the sector kan ka ro yena ye ko do dum ko ko banko de kairo to no nyaadi banko de kairo to no la ta possible no la ni nan to lon na bula kan no filindi be den ne ke kai to talo na po soma so man ni soma se dai idol dina do no to ro bana ni to ro to je ba ji bo to la because ni ala marandi dum la na ke president da e maran bol de o mol ye maran nyaadi ya ni ka
okay thank you so much abarka ba
ko to go mun dunya ko de salon ko ni.
All right, so hello,
Mr. Gajigo.
Inembara.
Nge kondo.
Ngejo bage.
Mr. Bafanan kondo ni Suwaneh.
Yeah, bebe mo ikane ya.
Yeah, mbe program wala mo ikane no. Yes. Kal nimbara lomda.
Yeah, thank you so much. All right, thank you so much. Okay, hello. Hello. Yes, hello. Ila device nyintala. Ila mo intala jangya mai. Mbe mo ikane ibe live on Kerfat.
Okay, buwa mbe kondo na bage, mbe la lunta fana mbe kondo na bage.
Ibebe mo ikane.
Kondo na bage UDP, you know, eka movement to mo eka plus odila Haji is someone who is very competent to be our youth president.
Okay.
But niya le nim kaja jibe iba na ko Mr. Ba akamda ko mo mela ko afilta kaja ko no because I have got UDP blame men o manke UDP la fault o mo parola administration fault le because ita mol appoint no la e do ko dati jen ko fude nda fuda da no ye bay andu banko ni fana be ko le ari nyamen sain teng mol bele ya lo ngabe nyame.
Okay.
The Nara Gambia in January 25th le Nara Gambia. Then money portfolio means and Nara Gambia it was 1,650. So Nanta inside on 26th of February. But from 25th of January to 26th of February, money bottle from 1,650 is rise to $2,000. The last month bottle in Ghana and Gambia, it was $2,000.
Okay.
So niaji inflation be kan Gambia, you know, common Gambians or you know have a difficult for you afford now. When you need to go Haji kan for you know new model content de buka sima new model you know dasa mate buka content. Komu kule di melang konte fong yo witness in fong because mbon Gambia right now.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much. Abarka bake la komandrola.
So Gambia no nyanda akata jimas kunna fale UDP Sydney for is a better living sir.
Thank you so much for your call. Abarka bake. Abarka bake. Mbela fla call Jamal Tala, but unfortunately time moving today. Wanga nyinta na last call then we ngasara because Haji meeting wala soro. And I'm so Mr. Ba fana ka kara dulan to hello. Okay. Idela la no kundura no.
Yalong Gambia ku Gambia la kote Gambia nyanna katala ino na tonya fasa.
Okay.
Olu kumara back because until very serious Gambia. Adon dinya bala la fanan han man Gambia bi diaspora they are following. People like us alala mo lo len program bu kanta dan likewise any other program me alon ko no Gambia la problem mala ko discourse. So we all know what is happening in the country. Mr. Ba Aladina I can back man from Gambia. One of maybe it's just for the fact that maybe is supporting the government. So we're not Haji being for because what Haji is explaining is the blatant truth, nothing but the truth. And we are all feeling the thing. So I need to see that I need to move from Jamu can near the Balamaka. The bank with Ali Banco can Yamuli Akan Banco Pitaka, we all see it. It's just 8 years. Even here, 22 years, you put it on top of the last 8 years, it's 30 years. We can talk about it in detail. Just 8 years. You don't want to, tell the truth. Remember, you saw it, but just self-denial in the balance of the because they have to look in the mantra of opinion. UDP have done their best. Bring the government, they are already elected to the latter. But we also what happened. In the yes, tell government I was in government at some point. Of vehicle policy, I follow local women, local to everywhere in the state house. We thought, it was, not good for us, but it was good for the country. But in the end, likewise, any other phone call initiate, Mr. Bako, Haji Akuma Haji UDP Baroma, Pruka Banco Sambanyako, another in a mantra cooking. But the UDP in a position was all that. In a time in government, that was their position. Another, one percent individually, but Banco Nabonafan, Eco Agenda Sambano. But they were not supported. In the end, what happened? They were kicked out from government. Jamu will come sign into Kunu. Mr. Ba, if I try to go to the Haji, go to the grassroots, and learn politics, then you come back, and face Haji, discuss about the problems of the country.
Thank you so much. I said it was the last caller. Okay. I'm sorry. I nearly picked another call. So nga mulbi hakedani because time when you bandale wala tina man call jamatano. Next week inshallah I promise that because na lunta will be engagement on lesoro you know. Bisa ba ibe sarla munana.
Yeah, Buba Baraka Bake, thank you very much. Giberal Lamoila be Contona Baltentu Maljaila. This is, a dialogue me alongo awarta in every state. In every developing state, people need to come and talk about issues.
I wanted us to talk about the dialogue, but time more.
The dialogue, their party leader refused to go. As important as where Osiru Dago.
You were saying refuse.
Well, he refused. He refused to
How
go.
do you know he refused?
But he was invited, and I'm on that.
So,
this is democracy. That is the beauty of democracy. We don't need to be fighting physically, but we need to fight with ideas. And this is the only way out that can develop a country. We have to put ideas together. I cannot be correct all the time. You cannot be correct all the time. But we put these ideas together, we develop this, this country. Nobody can claim that you have the country at heart more than an individual. Just it mean long but the other partner you might not determine that. So especially the people of Team Gitteh in West Coast region. Balbe
NPP. I
just want to put that bring the minds of the viewers. I'm beating to and Mr. Ba, thank you so very much for being here. And I will encourage you to keep on the momentum. Regardless of our different views on the political parties we support, the country remains the Gambia. And I believe the programs and the policies will be able to get us to somewhere else, which I and you can be both proud of. Just want to put it in record that when UDP was in government, just to close it with, you see this Jamu power plant, that, solar power plant that is there, currently running, being inaugurated by the president now, has been pushed by Amadou Sane. And thank God today, President Amadou is benefiting from. The rural electrification project is pushed by Amadou Sane when he was in Minister of Finance and Economic Affairs, together with the 10 Managing Director at NAWEC, that is Baba, Mr. Baba, I forgot about the last name, but they were the one who pushed it. And Alhamdulillah, Kiang has benefited from it, from the support that comes from India. It was around $31 million project. It went to the Kiang, they call Kiang Electricity, electrified the whole Kiang. The current rural electrification project that is currently being advocated by President Anabaro, the same thing, it came in the era of Amadou Sane and the then managing director at NAWEC. That the same Baba. So the current road infrastructure, you now talking about being giving the credit to President Barrow, which I will join you to give credit to him because he's the president. When success comes, we also should definitely not to push him out there. But when credit comes, we have to know that if you should hold others accountable, you should know what they have performed when they were there. The China One policy, supported by Honorable Hussein Dabo when he was in Foreign Affairs Minister, he was the one who negotiated that if Gambia is to support the One China policy and bring it back, then China also should bring something that is going to benefit Gambia and include that rural infrastructure, Koina, Basse, and Fatoto, and also the Basse Bridge. So, just as young people,
we go back to the record. When people want to deceive us on what we know and should be our right, we should also have something defend no, so that tomorrow in the future, they will not be driving a politic of deception. So that the current realities will definitely guide us onto issues. Just to tell you a few, definitely I can tell UDP contributed. And also again, one important thing. UDP definitely, I can tell you on record here. When the comments are done to law, I'm saying it in record. When Dabo stand and say, civil servants need travel to unnecessary travel should stop. In fact, the padim and allowance supposed to be cut because they inherited a broken economy. What economy they inherited brokenly, they should be able to fix it. And if they should do so, they should stop taking unnecessary travels to take pardons from it. This tells you that those who want to help President Barrow are driven out by those who want to make him fail and enrich themselves and remain in power. So that's the disaster government people are facing today. Thank you once again for having you here.
Thank you so much. Mr. Batendu from Team Gitteh. Of course, funding kyol fona ke nyaton kaya ku jamal to Gambia Bangkok kanjam pour que dema la tamandir nyal to jang ngate la suruno ani Haji Suwaneh mi ala ko atlem United Democratic Party la National Youth President ngebe tendu ke je bake pour kana nyeng programme moto ko nga fu nyamen don milba jibe kan YouTube science tinting ba fele ko al subscribe na YouTube channel wala al kana nyina wala nga molbe dane don mo mona raka jibe don subscribe kerfatu la YouTube channel oto wala dulati mi alon ko alba jibe kan science ten we subscribe la le obe kala ko timi alon ko abe kerfatu fana ma ko la ko jamal al kana nyina kan na video like je ani ale subscribe of course ale asia fana pour mo jamal sa jibe no nyame ngal tentu kal je ba ke nga Africell tentu ke nyum programme o fasa ka sembenti andi Charles Elvis Ngomana la timo be Mustafa Kamara Lamin Diallo Mamingom Sire Drame ngebe tentu ke je ba ke ka training programme o ko talata nala ala baraka